Pick the Nintendo Shack and pray. Frederick from Fire Emblem Awakening says, yo.
Greetings, Koopalings! Welcome to this week's episode of the Nintendo Shack podcast, Astrobot for arms and Smash and everything. I will try very hard not to talk too much about PlayStation's latest AAA release on our Nintendo Shack podcast, but honestly, that's what I have been playing the most of this week, and I think everybody else in the world, except for Devin Tyus.
Yes, he's a hater.
He's a hater.
International hater.
I won't go into it. There was some drama. I ragged on him.
I have lots of things to say about it, but I wasn't gonna interrupt that from happening. I just sat there and watched and stoke the fire here and there and just enjoyed the morning that was.
I just appreciated it. Finally, Rebecca can see what I deal with every goddamn week on any.
Every week, right?
Every week.
Yeah.
You come with facts and like, fuck your facts.
Yeah, it's talks with a wall. Now, it's funny that you misconstrue your opinions as facts.
Yeah.
Rebecca came with facts, sir. You do not.
Yes, I do. Every time.
Anyway, how are you guys doing today? This lovely Sunday, September 8th.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Overall, yeah, not too bad at all. Busy, but good. In a good way.
I had a rough week at work this week.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Kindergartners are starting to get, comfortable.
It's like recess. All the kindergartners. You ever watch the cartoon?
Great cartoon.
Yeah.
With all the kindergartners, they're all like, ah!
And once they start getting comfortable, they start pushing boundaries.
Oh, yeah.
Habitual line steppers.
I had my hands full, but you know what? I love
little
it.
Little fuckers.
I think. But I did make time for gaming this week. Specifically the end of the week, like the weekend.
Makes one of us.
Past like 2 or 3 days. I played several hours of Astrobot. What a game. If you have a PS5, do not miss out on this game. Most joy and fun that I have had in gaming in many years.
Says the person who would not play Wonder.
Yes.
That's a good point.
Can't be lost on you, right?
That is very habitual.
I read her monologue and I was like, says the person who wouldn't try Wonder at all. We were here saying all the same things. And she's like, nope, don't give a shit.
Gotta be honest. Wonder was getting kind of the same reviews Astrobot.
Exactly. And that's all like, was on my head when she was scorching Devin the whole time.
And she pulled the dev. She like, don't
right
care.
Here to play. It's right there. But I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait to do it to her face.
Well, maybe that has opened my eyes, and but you know what? Here's the thing.
Don't give me hope. Don't try again. Don't.
But I'm not because
you're better than this.
There's way too much right now, and you know it.
Oh, that's true. That's true. The sad part is, everybody's talking about game of the year with Astrobot. And we'll litigate that on another podcast one day, but it got me thinking. I was like, what are like the game of the year games this year? So I did like a quick Google search, and I think GameSpot had an article, and they had like 10 games. And it dawned on me then when I read through them that I have only played like 2 of them.
Okay. Not a lot of standout obvious choices this year.
But I was just kind of disconnected with like how little and it wasn't just for time, but it was honestly his interest, just how little interest I have in quote unquote the big games of the year so far.
I feel like this is kind of an odd year because while there's a lot of must plays, there's not a lot of things that I feel like are, have been in the conversation for so long that it is game of the year material. But I do think Astrobot belongs in that conversation. I have not played Balatro. I feel like that belongs in that conversation.
Balatro was on the list, yeah. I don't even remember. Let me look it up again.
I'm hoping Echoes of Wisdom will belong in that conversation.
Probably. Well, I don't have any much opinions on this because this year I haven't
GameSpot.
played much games. This has been like a really
Is,
weird year for me because I haven't had a chance to really play in them.
Quickly, it's Elden Ring, Animal Well, Balatro, Destiny 2, Dragon's Dogma 2, Hades 2, Helldivers 2, Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, Persona 3 Reload, Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, Shin Megami Tensei 5, SteamWorld Heist 2, World of Warcraft, and Black Myth Wukong. I've only played like one of those games.
So they just go,
I would love to see Animal Well get that nomination. That's kind of one of this year's indie darlings. And I just love to see it get that
I got to
nomination.
tell you, I played it, didn't like it.
Really?
Animal
Not like it
Well.
at all. Yeah,
Okay.
like I was just saying.
I felt like Animal Well was going to be. That's why I didn't try it. It had all that hype. I feel like there's a thing with indie games. Sometimes you get one that really gets echo chambered around. And I just looked at it and was like, I don't think that's a game for me. I'm not saying that it's not a good game. I just realized pretty quickly it wasn't for me. I've been caught a couple times on a game like that. Like I think Snake Pass got me like that, and so did Disco Elysium. And I didn't like either one of those games. So like I've almost filled myself like when I start to see that happening, I'm almost like averse to it now. I'm like, well, that's probably not a game for me.
Listen, Donnie, Elden Ring is DLC. I don't think that's eligible for Game of the Year. Hades 2 is in early access. I don't think that's eligible either. And those are two that I feel like are some of the best ones from this year. Did you say Unicorn Overlord?
I didn't, but I played that one. That one's very good.
That one might be in there.
Not at the top of my list, but it's very good.
Persona 3 Reload is supposed to be really, really good.
That was on the list, yeah. And that was just one list. I don't want to turn the show into that. It just disconnected me. I was like, man, what am I doing this year? Because I'm not playing any of these things.
Guys, could Pal World be in the conversation this year?
I wouldn't. Yeah.
I would say
not for me.
Not in terms of like popularity of the game. It just kind of like hit
that had a moment.
It had a moment, yeah.
I
don't think mechanically it would be.
Yeah, it's not very good though.
I think that's still in early access too.
Yeah.
Helldivers for sure. Like that would come to mind.
Helldivers.
Yeah.
For me, for my list, because I keep them as I go. Right now, it's Prince of Persia, it's Hellblade 2, and it's Astrobot. I could stand behind those. I'm hoping like Zelda makes that list. I'm hoping Space Marine makes that list. Like I still have a lot of hopes that for more games that are coming out. But for me, those are like the clear three in a way from everything else that I've played this year. But again, I haven't played all these games that everybody apparently loved this year. So
I will put it to you this way. My decade of horror list is way more expansive than my Game of the Year list is.
Same.
Like I have like 30 different movies I've watched and I've changed out my top 5. Like I just watched 2 the other day that could easily be in my top 5 this year.
Yeah. Same. Yeah. For me, for games, I don't know. I think I'm becoming choosier, maybe. I used to play, I think, everything. I used to try and play everything. And for this year, I just haven't. A lot of those games I just have no interest in. I don't want to play them. So, which is when we do our end of the year recap. That's why I always like to take a moment to talk about the games we didn't play. I think it's important.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Agreed. Besides Astrobot, which again, don't skip on this one, guys.
Hey, who was Josh? He said, honestly, I didn't understand Donnie's hype for Astrobot, but when it was announced, but I understand now. I told you.
He's the one who has been campaigning for me to play Wonder more than anybody else.
Good.
Yes.
Because it's not the same. They're completely different games, but the feelings that you describe having with Astrobot is the feelings that Wonder presents. For sure.
Okay.
It was that.
I have been playing. This is the big run in Splatoon 3, the Salmon Run Big Run event that is leading up to the Grand Fest next weekend.
Grand Festival.
So it's like you get all of the Grizzco weapons. You get to be on this big Grand Fest map. It's like even higher stakes. You need 150 eggs in one round to get the gold trophy. But using the Grizzco weapons, for anyone who plays Splatoon and plays Salmon Run and knows what I'm talking about, the Grizzco weapons makes it so much more fun than normal Salmon Run. I hope that after the game ends or whatever, that they make Salmon Run like just always have Grizzco weapons all the time, because it makes it so, like they're overpowered and it's so much more fun, and it makes it less frustrating to play that mode because the weapons are so much cooler and better.
I hope Splatoon goes away for a while. I really hope that they don't come back next June with a direct and like, here's Splatoon 4. Like, I would like them to go back to the drawing board a little bit.
But why wouldn't they?
I know.
I wouldn't be shocked if Splatoon 4 was like a launch Windows Switch game.
See,
Switch 2 game.
then that would
it'll be in the first year.
Because that would just signal to me that it's just more of the same. And that would be my least favorite thing to see.
A couple days ago, I would have agreed with you, but I had to boot up Splatoon 2 a couple days ago to check something, and I hopped in a match to see, kind of the difference, and it actually feels remarkably different. If you're playing a lot of Splatoon 3, there is like camera differences, button differences. I was so out of my element playing Splatoon 2. I didn't realize how much of, a jump it was in Splatoon 3.
Well,
I had a little bit of
by that
self-reflection to do
notion,
there.
Splatoon 3 was a success then, because if you can go into Splatoon 3 and kind of just feel like, oh, this is how the game should play,
just based on sales.
Yeah. Well,
no, I know what you're talking about, Delvin. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Like the gameplay kind of drug you in and kind of did what it was supposed to do, whether with its shortcomings or not.
Like I feel like it made it feel familiar. Like the transition into it was easy, but now going back, it's like, wait, I used to play like this all the time with the camera being like this and the UI being like this and like the scoring being like this. Like it was eye-opening for me, because a lot of the times I'm sitting there playing Splatoon 3 and I'm like, man, Splatoon 2 was so much better. Like, I liked it better. If I had to pick a game out of the 3 that I liked the best, I would pick 2. But now I'm not so sure.
It's won you over.
Yeah.
Suddenly, justice for that guy. I'm gonna get them for making this shitty game.
Oh my god.
She's unturned, she's flip-flopped on Splatoon 3 more than Michael Scott's vasectomies. Snip snap, snip snap, snip snap.
Yeah.
And you know what? I will again too.
Yes.
I will again.
Big Nintendo
I want them to not go. I don't want them to change everything. That's not what I want. I just want them to reinvest into it. I want them to come back correct with something different, with new modes, with different gameplay styles. Make it feel more tangible. It's getting very sports gamey-ish, where it's like every year you get the updated Splatoon game that you have to pay for, and it's like, I've got the last one. I'm okay.
Let me ask you this then: is there something wrong with that? Because that's kind of how the sports games kind of make their money. You just pay for
it is.
update.
That's service stuff.
I get what you're saying completely.
Yeah, in the service, it's like Nintendo can have it because it's on Nintendo, and they don't have the other service games to really be compared against. And you wonder if Switch 2, if things like Destiny appear, if things like Warzone appear, how does Splatoon do when there are more alternatives? Right now, it's on Switch, it's just Fortnite. I want to say Apex, but I don't know how many people are doing Apex anymore.
I forgot Apex was on Switch.
Yeah, exactly. I think a lot of people, it's really Fortnite. Fortnite is really kind of that game. So Nintendo can have this, but I'm wondering on Switch 2 if that'll still be the case. I mean, Overwatch is on Switch 2, I guess.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. But it's not the new Overwatch, right? It's not Overwatch 2, it's the old one.
It's the first one, yeah.
It's the first one.
I thought they canceled the first one. I thought the first one doesn't exist anymore.
I think you might be right. I don't know. I don't Overwatch clearly. I would like to be excited for Splatoon again, and I haven't been for some time. And if they were just here's the Switch 2, and here is our obligatory Splatoon 3.5 update, I wouldn't even buy it. I'd be like,
it is
never
very
mind.
nice though that unlike a lot of these other live service games, there is a very meaty campaign in all of the Splatoon games.
Yep.
And I feel like they are trying new and different things with the DLC. We got a roguelite experimental DLC.
That's very fair. And I didn't play those.
The DLC in 2 was phenomenal. It was challenging. It was exciting. It was good. So I feel like even though they're not trying new things maybe in the new, well, they are too, because they added the table turf card game in Splatoon 3.
Yeah.
So like I feel like it just really hasn't hit what you like yet.
True.
Maybe
And I haven't
4
tried that
will.
DLC. That's very fair.
Yeah.
I haven't tried that DLC. Maybe I should.
If Splatoon 4's big thing is like maybe they add a side scroller mode, where it's like kind of like a side scrolling platformer campaign, or like, something that might be more up your alley, maybe.
Yeah, I want to just I'd like more options for multiplayer games. I think is instead of like it is Turf War, and you've got like different spin-offs of that. Yeah, I played the campaign for 3 and I liked it a lot. And then I played like 5 hours of multiplayer, and then I turned it off and never turned it on again.
That's okay.
Yeah, I don't mind the campaign. I am in that place where I'm like, how many more of these do I buy?
Yeah.
I'm going to keep buying it over and over again.
I will. Yeah. And I'll complain about it every step of the way.
Yeah, welcome to the world of people who buy NBA 2K.
True.
We do every year. Like, this is still like last year's game, but
and to be fair, they offer less probably than the Splatoon.
Yes, I just bought it this weekend. I'm like, I know what I expected.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what you're getting.
Yeah.
What about you guys? What are you playing?
Astrobot. Nothing but Astrobot. That's all I've played. Oh, I beat Metal Gear Solid last weekend, Monday or something like that. I had a blast playing that, and then I haven't done a whole lot. And as excited as I was for Astrobot, I bought this whole PlayStation, everything for it just to play this game. When it came out Friday, I didn't even play it Friday. Like, I was so tired. My wife and I vegged out for like 2 hours on TikTok and then went to bed. Like, I was like, you know what? I'll play it tomorrow. I've reached that point in my life where I'm like, I'll just play it tomorrow. Never mind. But yesterday I played Astrobot for like 5 hours. And it had a blast. It's amazing. It's everything I wanted it to be. It's everything I thought it would be. Yeah. Can confirm. It's incredible.
Great.
I have not played video games this week. Well, I played video games, but nothing relevant. I have Astrobot like installed, ready to play, because I've been just so busy this weekend. Like Friday, I had to take the kids to go see Beetlejuice, of course. Which they liked a lot.
How was that? I don't think I'm gonna go see it.
I enjoyed it.
Very good.
I like the fact that it looks a lot like the original movie in terms of like the special effects and stuff like that. They didn't go like make it look all 2000s, get all crazy when it looks like.
I just watched the first one with my wife. It was her first time ever watching it.
Oh.
But she didn't. I don't think she liked it enough that like I came away from it being like, we can wait for this to come out on Peacock or something. Like I don't think she wants to go see something like that in theater.
Gotcha. Yeah.
She wasn't all that into it. She liked it, but she wasn't all that into it.
Yeah. And then Saturday, my girlfriend came over, so she wanted to watch a bunch of movies. So we watched Trapped, the M. Night Shyamalan movie. Yeah. And gamer related, we watched Borderlands.
Okay.
Ooh, how was it?
It's fine. Like, I know people are like, oh, it's the worst
Hot
movie
take.
Hot take. It's fine.
Hot take. Dalvin's like, it's an okay movie.
Yeah, it's just a generic video game movie. It's nothing amazing about it. It's nothing terrible about it. It just kind of toes the line.
Well, I think the fun part was how much was spent on it versus how much it made.
Yeah.
Now, I do know several of the gamers I listened to, they thought the movie itself was bad.
Yeah,
but I think the flop part was the fact that they spent like $300 million to make it or something, and it made like $20 million bucks.
You know what it feels like? It feels like they made this movie to put The Rock in it with Kevin Hart, but The Rock couldn't do it, so they just had Kevin Hart. So like, something feels a little missing here, and I think that's kind of what it was. Like, you have Kevin Hart playing, rolling.
If they had just had The Rock, it would have saved the whole thing.
It would have probably made it a little bit better, because it feels.
Doom disagrees with you.
Yes. Well, it feels almost lifeless. Like, it's colorful and things like that, but it just kind of feels like, oh, all right, here we go. This is kind of what a Borderlands movie is supposed to look like. Yeah, that's cool. Kate Blanchett, she's in it. She's awesome. Like, all right. The CG is terrible.
XBS says I would argue that Trap is worse. Was Trap worse?
Oh, wow.
I actually enjoyed Trap.
Hot take number 2.
Wow.
I think I really enjoyed Trap. I watched it with low expectations because I know people was kind of complaining about certain things about it, but it's an M. Night Shyamalan movie, and I was like, all right.
Sure.
And knowing the setup for it, I kind of was really enthralled by the story. I found it fascinating. I kind of like the aspect of, in terms of watching it and feeling like, at some point I found myself rooting for the guy, even though I know he's a piece of shit. It felt like watching the episode of Dexter. You know Dexter's a terrible person.
Yeah.
But you kind of want him to get
Everybody
away.
does. Yeah, not kind of. Everybody does. Everybody, yeah.
Because he's hot.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know about that. We know Rebecca's type now. Serial killer.
That's every serial killer. Every serial killer. You see them, they're all attractive. They all get away with it because they're attractive. They're like, I don't know. He's tall. He's got blue eyes. He must be a nice guy. He's like, he's murdered 58 people.
Well, they might have had it coming to him.
The amount of documentaries I've watched with my wife, and she's like, well, what did they do? I'm like, no. Like, absolutely not.
But yeah, I kind of really enjoyed Trap. I thought it was really good. I thought it was a fun movie and a fun way to kind of tell a horror story in terms of, like the other one we talked about earlier this year, Donnie, where you're following from the perspective of the bad guy.
Yeah.
And at points you kind of
I
want to
haven't
root
watched
for
that
him.
one either. Dude, so Decade of Horror is like about a month away, I guess, and I have really fallen off the wagon hard. I was so tough all through the summer watching all these movies, and like I haven't watched anything in like a month.
I've been
just
going hard.
just because I've just been busy. Like I feel like I'm so knee deep in the Lord of the Rings stuff and all the other things that I'm doing. It's like I don't have time to do everything.
See, the weird thing is, because I've had more time for movies, because I can actively do things during movies as opposed to video games. I have to pay all
That's
my
what I was
bills for
doing
video
last
games.
night. I was playing Astrobot on the Ally while I was watching football. Football is another part of it. It's taking over my weekends.
So I was like, kind of like, I've watched a lot of movies this year. I've changed my Decade of Horror list several times. I'm kind of realizing like, I'm trying to weigh whether I consider Beetlejuice a horror film, even though it's labeled horror comedy, but like,
it's up to you. If you want to put it in there, put it in there.
It's interesting. But
Who cares? We don't have any rules.
No, we don't.
Yeah, don't let Devin infiltrate your brain.
He's trying.
Fuck Dev. His Astro hate.
I don't care that he doesn't like Astrobot or platformers. I just want to know why.
Yeah, and there is no why. That's the problem.
Yes.
It's a black hole. You can't reason with it. You can't argue with it. It just is.
You know why I care? Because Dev, like mine, he constantly says his favorite consoles are the Super NES and the NES.
No, the NES.
Which are full of platformers. So how do you hate like a nothing but platformers?
And I fought him on that same thing. I was like, tell me why. Like, I don't believe you. Because he hasn't played any of that stuff in like 30 years. But you listen to him, he's like, I played every week. I'm like, no, you don't. But I've tried. That's why I was enjoying Rebecca's pursuit, because I was like, I've been there so many times in that damn vector, trying to reason and bring this to light, and you just can't. Dev has no rules. Dev is just no. Because I don't want to is his reason.
That is his reason. He won't try it. He won't bend. He won't break.
Not even
like
a little
Terminator.
bit. Yeah.
Terminator with logic. Just
I don't even care. Like I
right
said, I don't care that he doesn't like it. I just don't understand how you can dislike something or even like something without having a reason.
Here's the thing. He doesn't understand understand what the reasons are. It just is.
Yes. And also, Rebecca,
he doesn't.
We live in America. We live in America. Most people go about their life disliking things they don't know nothing about.
I thought Devin was better than that.
He's not.
He's not.
We all could have told you that. But that was a very fun morning. I sat back and just enjoyed every bit of that.
He's just a safer option.
I moved a meeting while that was going on. Somebody came in, they're like, hey, you ready to meet? I was like, no, I'm busy. Give me a few minutes.
Give me like 30 minutes.
I got to keep watching. Let Rebecca cook. Get out of here.
It was fun.
yeah.
Yeah, not really much else. I'm ready for Zelda.
Yeah.
Yep.
A lot of stuff coming out.
Mm-hmm. Space Marine on
Excited
Monday.
for all of it.
And then Plecky Squire.
Oh, there's so much.
Yep. Gonna be fun.
It's gonna be a fun next few months of video gaming, to say the least.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Ready to get into the news?
Yeah, let's jump into the news.
Speaking of Zelda, Echoes of Wisdom previews went live this week. Captured a few quotes. The first comes from Go Nintendo. Echoes of Wisdom now lets our imaginations run wild in a 2D setting in ways never before experienced. And how could you not be truly thrilled by that? The next quote comes from The Verge. It feels like Nintendo supercharged the classic top-down Zelda formula by infusing it with many of the franchise's cleverest innovations. It's not exactly an open world or classic Zelda, but it's something new, and it's a perfect fit for the princess. And then Rebecca, what did you put in here?
Gene Park at the Washington Post wrote his Echoes of Wisdom preview after playing it, and he interview/quoted me in the preview article. So you can go on there and see his
Look at the celebrity
thoughts, including mine.
You know who I am?
That's what I was saying. Gotta start using your pull, Rebecca. Gotta start using your pull.
Have you not seen me in the Washington Post gaming section?
Exactly.
So yeah, previews came. I didn't dive too hard into the previews. I just kind of saw the headlines and the blurbs that came out the day of. I didn't read a lot of them in depth. I kind of don't want to.
Me neither.
Yeah. Like I've seen what I need to see from Echoes. I just want to play it. New trailers came out this week for like almost every game, including Mario Party Jamboree, which showed off new boards, the Goomba Lagoon, the Rainbow Galleria, the Roll'em Raceway, Mega Wiggler's Tree Party, and King Bowser's Keep. Those boards are in addition to the returning Mario Rainbow's Castle in the Western Land from Mario Party 2.
And I don't know if we talked about this last time, but Pauline is playable. I'm very excited.
We did. Yeah.
We did.
Yeah, okay.
They have 22 playable characters, including Pauline for the first time, who got her own trailer.
Yes.
So excited.
I'm totally fine with Pauline being playable. That is cool news, but I was a bit taken back that like there was a whole trailer built for this. It's just very much like Mario characters in Mario game. It's like, okay, yeah, we get it. Like we know.
Yeah.
But it is the first time, so I guess it's okay.
I'm gonna love this game. I'm gonna play it a lot.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
I look forward to
That's
hearing
good.
how the multiplayer stuff works out.
Mhm.
Me knowing I'm never going to mess with any of that.
It's okay.
I'd be interested to see how
Not even
it
a little
works
bit.
for everybody else. Rumors running rampant this week, more so than even the weeks before. But as I said weeks ago, this is just going to continue to be a thing until Nintendo starts talking. So we had journalists from GameIndustry.biz and VGC start stirring the pot this week when they came back from Gamescom, saying that developers were whispering. That was like the word, whispers of Switch 2 stuff happening this month, which of course set like the rumor mill, the video game deep state into like a frenzy. You had Reddit threads being posted and all these people reacting to it. Analyst David Gibson said that he's expecting a reveal for Switch 2 by mid-October, and he says the system will launch in March. Let's see here. That includes this week, there were multiple reports that Nintendo's R&D budget for the past year exploded. They spent like $200 million on R&D in the past year. And then also there was a report coming out that the people that actually piece Nintendo Switches together, their budget just exploded and they just ordered a bunch of equipment and that they're about to enter mass production. So there's lots of stuff swirling around if you're out there digging. If you're trying to find out, there's lots of stuff swirling around. Now, let's throw some water on that. At like the fever pitch of all of this hype and everybody's like, oh my God, Switch 2 is happening. It's coming. Leaker Bilbo Kuhn entered the chat saying that, yeah, Nintendo is about to make an announcement of a new OLED bundle. They're going to have a Nintendo Switch OLED with a Mario Wonder pack in.
I believe
and he said that will be announced in a couple weeks. So it remains to be seen who's right and wrong and whatnot. But there's lots of speculation out there about Switch 2. Like the rumors are starting to get, I think, louder. And then Nate the Hate reconfirmed that the Switch will be backwards compatible. Apparently there was some confusion about that, and he came back out to say, which I feel like is a known thing at this point. I'll be surprised when it's not backwards compatible, but yeah, lots of rumors out there. You guys seen any of this?
I saw a little bit about the OLED bundle.
Mm-hmm.
I see a lot of people speculating that that won't happen and there will still be a Switch 2 announcement in September.
Yeah.
I don't know what to believe. I'm just going to keep my prediction.
Yeah.
I like that you've been so steadfast.
Being chased outside.
I could be wrong.
Yeah, but yeah, we all could. But I just like how steadfast you've been in it. Like I think that's good.
You gotta predict something. I don't know.
Yeah.
The Mario bundle sounds feasible. That sounds like a thing that they would do.
Yeah, and it's not a special bundle or anything. It's a white OLED with just the game. Just to get the game included.
That literally
and
sounds
yeah, that
especially for the holiday season. Yeah, here you go.
Yeah, it does.
Oh,
yeah,
they're after you, Donnie.
Melvin. It's not me.
I'm looking for the jigsaw killer. It's like a whole bunch of cars going by here. Like, all right.
Yeah, I don't know. I posted this earlier in the week in Shaq channel, and somebody was like, "I'm tired of this." I'm like, "Hey, we are just getting started. Like, this is going to be an every week thing." I would have to imagine unless Nintendo verifies something. If Nintendo comes out and says we are not talking about it until January, that would make it go away. But in the absence of that, it's going to be every week. Every week, somebody's going to come out saying that they know something about something, and it's going to get everybody talking. So we haven't had any fakes yet. I'm waiting for that to start. I kind of figured that there'd be more of that. Yeah, because like we had that with the Switch launch, and you think with all the AI and stuff now, like you maybe have better than that, but we haven't had any of that yet. But I'm waiting for it. It should get started. Yeah. My feeling last week, my hunch was that I felt like it was going to get shown before October. I kind of still feel that way. All the other news swirling around kind of leads me to think that like there's got to be something up. I just feel like December, January, I was thinking like Game Awards after the new year into the spring. I just feel like that's too long to let all of this keep happening. It's too long of not controlling the conversation in my mind.
It's been too long. We've been talking about this since 2020. Why not wait 2 more months?
Fair.
That's a good point.
Some headlines. Greetings from Concordia trailer dropped for Mario and Luigi Brothership. Showcasing several locations to explore in the game, like Roomba Island, Twisty Island, a lot of Coins Island, and Desolate Island. That game looks really good. I'm not going to get it because I'm just not into Mario and Luigi. I never have been. I think Dream Team like ruined it for me, but it looks so good.
I like the art
visually.
style. Yeah.
And it looked like it's like the prettiest 3DS game.
Yeah.
You know, it's got
better
this
than a 3DS game.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's like, but it reminds me of like the 3DS games had a similar style, but the screen was so low, right? The resolution and everything was so low. It's like almost like all of that just glowed up. I have a really hard time. Like, how would you describe that style? It's like almost anime with like cell shading, like
it looks like water
concepts
to me.
Yeah, it's really cool. But it's not like it is watercolory like in palette, but not in. No, yeah, but not in. It doesn't have like those flowy. When I think like watercolor, I think of something like Okami. Yeah. You know, but it looks really good. I may like if there's a sale on it or something. I may try it again. I may give Mario and Luigi another try. I just don't think these games are for me. But I want to. I want it to be because I like the way it looks a lot. And then Zelda Echoes of Wisdom also got a commercial. It was shared by Nintendo UK, a Play Your Way trailer showcasing like these twins could play Zelda like their own way and come up with different solutions to the same problem. In the UK, they're selling Echoes with Amiibo bundles. You can pair past Amiibo with this one, which begs the question: are they going to announce an Amiibo for Echoes? Is it going to come out after the fact?
They should.
Josh thinks that they're gonna announce it after the game comes out, and it'll be kind of like a Christmas item,
That'd be good.
like to have it on the shelf and like kind of get more people to buy the game because they see the amiibo.
Yeah. Fans on Twitter are trying to get Reggie Fils-Aimé to sell his N64 collection. He posted a picture like in August. This is like even old news. He found his N64 collection. It was like a box and a bunch of like box copies of N64 games. And apparently people are like, hey, I'll buy those. And somebody's like, I'll give you $7 for the whole lot. And Reggie, I think in a joke, said, how about 70,000 and I'll autograph each one.
Who was the person? I think it's Inferno Omni.
That's a new one for me.
Yeah, no. He's an industry guy.
Okay. Somebody was like, I'll sell them for 70,000. I'll autograph each one. And then people are like, yeah, we'll take you up on that offer.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I haven't followed a whole lot. There's not a whole lot of news. And when you go around to like Nintendo Live for my Nintendo News or, Go Nintendo, like this article was there on every one of them. And that was a kind of fun story. I have no idea. Maybe they will actually work something out, sell it for charity or something. Maybe they won't. Maybe it's just online fodder. But I thought it was pretty funny that they're like, Reggie, sell us your 64 games. It's pretty funny. And then the last news story that I had this week is Splatoon got new amiibo sets, the side order set, and then the Alterna set. They're now available ahead of the Grand Festival next week. They apparently unlock some cool, like, unique items in the game. Rebecca, you got them?
I did.
Why is your cat twerking in the screen?
He's scratching my couch. Yes, the Grand Festival amiibo with Marie and I'm sorry, that's Callie, Marie, Pearl, and Marina, and they unlock each one unlocks 3 pieces of in-game gear.
Pearl is always weirded me out.
Oh, no, Pearl's great. She has like really good lore.
Weird character from like the Matrix.
Her character is so cool in the game.
Remember the twins in the Matrix?
Yes, I do.
Right?
With the dreads,
was it Reloaded?
Yeah. Yes.
Every time I see her, I'm like,
oh. Yeah, I collect Zelda amiibo and Splatoon amiibo, and that's it.
No more amiibo.
Nope. Maybe like a couple cute Animal Crossing ones I have, but like I don't need everything. Some people have to get them all. It's too much. There's too many.
Collect them all.
Gotta catch them
all. What you do with them all?
I put them on my shelf and scan them.
While you were gone, I explained my amiibo to Delvin. I've got the amiibo chips, poker chips, and the cards and stuff.
Which are cool. I like those.
It was just too much. Like when I was collecting them all, and I ended up at one point, I had like the top of my entire shelf was just amiibo. Mm-hmm. It's just like hundreds of these little. Mm-hmm. I'm like, what am I doing with all these?
I think they're neat.
And then if you want to if you want to box them up or something, it's like now you feel like they're wasted. I still have. I'm not against amiibo. I have amiibo. I've got probably 15 or 20 of them around. But having all of them became a storage problem. Like, it was like there's so much space dedicated to this. I had to find a different way.
To be fair, I still have all my Disney Infinity figures, and that's very spaceful. It takes a lot of space.
There's like an app for that.
I didn't know that.
Some hacker thing you can put on your phone, and you just scan your phone, and it'll change it on the fly.
That's cool.
That's how like people play on PC and stuff. I was like, that is really cool.
It would be cool if like they were compatible with the Switch app or something. And
then
you could see your collection.
100%.
Like a showcase, like a virtual shelf or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like show to your friends so you can see.
Like they're doing with the. I think they should, as a way of like remonetizing that whole business, like they're doing with the Pokemon card game. Mm-hmm. You can like collect cards. They should release I would make it like a part of the Nintendo Switch app, and you release like an amiibo section in there and let people like earn and collect amiibo like digitally that you can then use in game.
Mm-hmm.
That would be cool.
That would be really cool.
I would like that.
Yeah.
I think that would motivate me.
Because like you could either have the function built in, or if you use your phone, most phones these days have an NFC reader of some kind.
Yep.
You know, you could just have it set up where you could like pick the amiibo from a list in your phone and then just hold your phone up to it and boom, there's your amiibo. It'd be way more convenient. And they can still make amiibo. I'm not saying get rid of them, but I think everybody realizes that they've slowed down.
Yeah.
You know, we're getting like 3-year waits between announcement to release.
And I feel like there's some games that still support them, like Splatoon 3, but like there's other games where it's like there's nothing.
And there's new folks that are getting into it that, you know, either maybe don't want to spend all the money or have just missed the opportunity to buy a lot of the old ones. You know, they're out of print. You know, this kind of solves a lot of those problems. I always thought that they would do that with like Miiverse or something. It'd be super fun. And they just never did. And the reason I say that is, again, do crimes. There are people doing that, like with their phone, like people that have things for that. They're doing those things. So it's pretty cool. Those amiibo were cool, Rebecca. It's cool that you got them. I think
it's
they
cool
look great.
because this is the second run for each of these characters. Like this is the second set. I have another previous Callie and Marie.
I like
and
the
so
first
on.
ones. The first two I thought were really cool looking.
I really like to look at like just the production of the old ones and the new ones. Like amiibo have really come a long way with how they look, just in terms of.
This cat is funny, man.
This is how I stream.
They're
This
just
is what my
talking to
streaming is
Frisk.
like.
Look, he has no cares. He's unbothered.
He wants
He's like,
attention.
I sit right here.
Yep. If I'm playing,
He's not even looking at her. He's like looking out the window.
Because he knows my attention is on this screen.
Oh,
So if I'm playing a game or I'm like surfing the web or doing things on here, he will sit here so that my attention is on him.
I'd be putting Frisk out. You're gonna go in the hallway for a little bit.
No, because then he throws himself violently against the door until I open it. It's a bigger distraction.
That's hilarious.
Anyway,
that's it. That's the news.
that was not a lot.
There's not a lot out there, you know. And until we get like games, until Zelda and Mario Party and everything starts releasing, we don't really have a whole lot to do, unless they start talking about Switch 2. There's not a whole lot happening. I think Tokyo Game Show, we should have a lot of announcements, or at least a lot of hands-on impressions for a bunch of RPGs and stuff. You know, we can talk about Atelier, Yumiya, and Dragon Quest.
No thanks.
Well, that's all we really have to look forward to at the moment.
Did you see that Tears of the Kingdom was almost called Tears of the Dragon?
Oh,
I didn't. Where did that come from?
Hold on, it's on Nintendo Life, but my cat is biting me while I try to pull
I
it up.
like Tears of the Dragon more.
I think
Good
remember when they said that the name is a spoiler?
Yeah.
And then they said Tears of the Kingdom, and we're like, really?
Yeah, we were like,
not
what?
really a spoiler.
Tears of the Dragon
think
would
they
have
might
been.
have been talking about Tears of the Dragon.
I agree. Because that would have been. That would have alluded a lot to the ending.
So I wonder if they changed it because they didn't want it to be a spoiler.
That's a bummer. Tears of the Dragon's better.
Yeah, I like that name a lot.
Maybe that's what they should do with the re-release.
Tears of the
Buy it
Dragon.
again. Tears of the Dragon edition.
Yeah. Oh, maybe.
that's a good idea.
Maybe. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Shall we read off some questions? This is going to be a
We
short
shall.
episode.
Yep.
I don't have that many questions either. Okay. Kyle the Pug.
Fuck you, Kyle the Pug.
If each member of the Shack crew had a favorite go-to Mario Party 2 item like the Mario Party 2 characters did, what would your go-to item be? I don't remember this in Mario Party 2.
Fuck him.
Rebecca's would be Frisk. Just be like a cat.
Yeah, that's good.
Are we making up our own item, or are we like using the actual Mario Party items?
Make up.
I vaguely remember Mario Party item. Like everybody has their own. Everybody has like their own dice. There's like, wasn't there like a beer? It's like a golden can of like soda. It looked like a beer. That's what I remember. It's like a Miller High Life. I don't know if it was in Mario Party 2 though, but I remember that.
Luigi drink Miller High Life is that.
I'm telling you, that's what it looks like. It's like a gold can with a mushroom on it. It looks like a beer.
I don't remember that. I just remember them dressing up for the board that they
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that too. But you got your own special item. What is it going to be?
Oh, favorite item. Okay, so Mario's is the mushroom, Luigi's is the skeleton key, Peach's is the plunder chest, Yoshi is the warp block, Wario is the dueling glove, and Donkey Kong is the Bowser bomb.
I like it.
So I'm looking at Mario Party items.
So I was thinking we make up our own items.
Make up your own item.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes.
You could pick that.
You can.
But all the Mario Part items are already aligned with somebody. So I figured it'd be like, if you were a character, what would your item be? I think Rebecca just hurls Frisk at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just fucks you up for like 5 minutes.
He'll bite.
He sits in the path and blocks you from proceeding.
Yeah.
Do not pass go for 2 turns.
I like it.
He just sits there and looks the opposite direction while you try to get his attention.
Yeah. That's good. Pumpkin bites your feet if you try to get by.
Yeah, we can all just do cats. What weird thing does your cat do?
I have no cats anymore. I have dogs now. All the cats.
Well, you got rid of all those 80 cats?
Yes, I did.
What did you do with them?
Homes?
Yeah, they're all home. Somewhere else, not here.
Well, yeah,
I have dogs now.
Damn.
Yeah, they're gone. I have dogs, so let's see what if I have to use one of my pets, my dog, I guess what's the one name here? Puncho probably would hump your leg.
Poncho.
Yeah, he'd hump your leg for 2 turns. Little chihuahua, little badass chihuahua who tears up my doors.
Well, I could never think of having one of those.
Well, I had no choice. I inherited my pets.
It's just a tormentor.
Yeah.
He's a menace. My dad calls him
He
a menace.
really is. Look at him.
Look at him.
But sometimes he'll be an absolute angel and he'll snuggle up with you.
Your cat needs discipline.
The
Yeah,
cat's
he
like an
does.
abusive boyfriend.
Yeah, your cat needs discipline bad. Look, he's just eating her. He's just biting her.
It's because he doesn't. I don't.
Told you.
He wants attention, but then he gets mad when I give him attention.
Told you. You're like an abusive boyfriend. Got a relationship, Rebecca. It's not good.
Look at him. Look at him going after the mic.
Go after the mic, just biting you, tearing up all your equipment, getting mad, not getting attention. What's going on?
But I can't yell at him. He's too cute.
Why? That's why he's like this.
Yes. That's the problem.
My cat would never. Like, if you lost your damn mind, who do you think you are?
He's a good boy.
Uh-huh.
No.
See, he bites your face, your hand, your arm, your microphone.
He doesn't mean it.
He snuggles with me in the morning when I'm trying to get up out of my bed to go to work.
It's totally worth it.
And then I get late. I'm late to work because he's so cute.
So it's first going to cost you your job. So both of y'all going to be homeless because he wants the cuddle.
All right. G-Man asks us if we were to get something that was like Miiverse on the Switch 2, what would it be? I
would hope it would be Miiverse.
Miiverse. Yeah.
So we talked about this a little bit. I think you were gone, Rebecca. We had the rumors come out about Nintendo Switch being able to like cast its screen to like the television and potential
I talked
to have
about
like to have some sort of dual screen stuff. We talked about that, right? And then I think you were off the next episode because in the next episode I came back because I was thinking about it. I was like, we didn't even mention like the bare bones easy option for that. If you could cast your screen, maybe the Switch could have some basic functionality like you could see your friends, you could have voice chat, like, you know, like some sort of like OS menu that's not like Wii U dual screen gaming. Something like a Miiverse would fit into that, right? Like you could manage your photos, your captures, the things you take in game. You could share them to, you know, to Facebook or YouTube or whatever. You could do streaming. You could message your friends. You could set up a party, like that sort of thing. I don't think it's like a Nintendo thing to do because clearly they have not wanted to do it in like 30 years of everybody doing that. But if they did have that ability, there is something very basic functionality wise that they could use that for, like a Miiverse something. I would much rather have Miiverse than like share it to your own social media. Personally,
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want more reasons to pick up my Switch besides playing games. Like I really like on the 3DS, like you have Street Pass, you're taking it with you. You can see the interactions that you had. You know, you can go on and you can see like other player, like you can see like all your stats for your games and what other people are playing and things like that. Like the more reasons like that I can pick up my Switch to do something besides play a game, the better.
I was thinking you've got the Switch app that nobody uses, but you could take that functionality and build it into the Switch 2 platform. And then, like, let's say you cast your screen, you could actually just do that stuff on your Switch while you're playing. And then if you were playing portably, you know, like just like the Wii U, instead of casting your screen, like maybe you click over or something, you press like a button and the menu pops up.
Work.
Yeah, I think something like that would be a lot of fun. And yeah, just to reiterate, I would love to share my captures and my photos and things like that with other Nintendo fans, like on a Nintendo centric thing. I would like for them to gamify that sort of social interaction, because I feel like a dummy posting that stuff to like Facebook and Threads and stuff. Like just nobody, I don't think anybody cares to see this here. Look at my picture of Astro. So
yeah, I would like the same.
You know, man, could you imagine if you had Discord like integrated? Not only could you do like voice chat, but you can actually just, here's your stuff. That would be great.
That'd be cool.
It would be really cool.
Yeah. Anything else?
I presume the reason that they tried to do it on the phone is that the Switch UI and like the RAM and stuff wasn't capable of doing both at the same time. And I kind of hope maybe the Switch 2 is.
I don't know. You can access the Switch Online app while you're in a game. You can have it running in the background. I've done it lots of times. Same with the news app. Those running, you know, you can play those with a game running in the background. You can open those.
It's just weird that they tried to do like that. That was like their whole focus was we're going to make you pick up your phone to do voice chat and stuff. And like they do other things too, right? Like you can do, you know, like Splatoon gear and stuff like with the Switch Online app if you use it. But nobody does. And it'd make a lot more sense if you brought all that stuff into the system.
I want this post your screenshots and just have them on the app, like so they're easier to get to your phone.
That would also cloud storage would be great. We've been there for like 10 years, except for Nintendo. I got to pull up my phone and scan some stupid QR code and launch a browser and download them individually.
Screenshots aren't so bad because you can do them in bulk, but you can't do videos in bulk.
Yeah, videos you do one at a time.
All right. West 3DP asks, are you day one Switch tours, or will you wait for the next console locked mainline Zelda before purchasing? There was a time where I had to wait for the next Zelda. Well, actually, no, that's not even true. I got a Wii U before there was a Zelda exclusive on it.
You saw that demo and you were like, I'm all in.
Yes, I was like, I'll have it. I'll be ready to go for the next Zelda game.
Just like the rest of us. And they were like, here's Wind Waker HD.
I bought it to hold off until the next Zelda game.
Here's what Epona looks like in Breath of the Wild. Here's how you drop pins in Breath of the Wild. Here's what a Guardian looks like in Breath of the Wild.
It didn't even have a name yet.
Here's Breath of the Wild. It's not coming on the system anymore. Like every year, we got a very small morsel of what Breath of the Wild was for like 5 years. They're like, it's a Switch game now. I'm a day zero Switch. Like I'll buy Switch 2 as soon as possible.
The same thing. Yeah. I'm there.
I need no game to be announced. They literally could be like, it's the Switch 2 and that's it, and I buy it.
As soon as they announce it, I'm pre-ordering it.
I'm at the point in my life where I am the same. I think if I was like still in grad school, still tight on money, that kind of stuff. I would probably need a reason to upgrade. That's why I like didn't upgrade my 3DS for the longest time, because I was in college, I was in grad school. But for this, I have the money. Remember, I took my tax return from this past year, and I put it in its own separate thing, and I have that ready to go for the Switch 2 and games. Like it's like $800 or something.
I have about $700 on a GameStop card, just for this very reason.
Yep. So it's there.
Just sitting there, just waiting for the announcement to come.
Yep.
As soon as it happens.
Winter Gamer wants to know, with phones being able to fold, oh my gosh, that's coming back. What would your reaction be if the Switch 2 used this tech to make it to be pocket travel sized?
Clamshell.
I would love it. Bring back the clamshell. It protects the screen. It protects the buttons. It makes it more portable. It looks nicer. You can fold it up. It doesn't look like a console. It's great. Give it to me.
I don't like the idea of if it's 16:9. I think that's weird if it's like a long, if it's like a Switch screen but clamshell, like that's weird. If it's 4:3 and it's tall and squared, totally fine. I don't think anybody wants a 4:3 like system anymore. I don't think that's something people want.
Them days are over.
Right. So I don't think they would. But like the idea of having a long screen that you then have two of, and like it folds, and like that's your game like think about that. Think of two phones on top of each other, and like that's the Switch 2. I don't think I don't
think he's necessarily saying like a second screen, just like being able to fold it over.
You mean the screen itself can fold?
Well, maybe.
How does that work with Joy-Con and stuff?
I don't know.
Your sticks just like...
I'm assuming, because I'm thinking about it now. I'm assuming you take the Joy-Cons off.
You take the Joy-Con off, fold the screen in half.
Yes. So you can travel it.
Okay,
That's
sure.
It seemed like it works, but like...
Get nuts. Let's get like, why not?
Okay.
Or maybe it's just like a cover that goes over. I don't know. Nintendo would have a cool way to make it work.
Yeah. Sure, I would guess I would give them that.
They always do.
Look here.
Because I can see a clip.
I want you, Winter Gamer, to draw us a diagram of what you think this should look like.
Yeah.
Post it in the chat.
Okay.
Yeah. That would be great.
I would like to see what he comes up with.
Because I definitely could see like a clip or something you put on top, like a screen protector. Like I could see a case being made out of something like that. But the idea of like, and here's how you take your Switch with you, and like watching Miyamoto, it's like you take Joy-Con off, you fold the screen in half, you throw all of this shit in like a bag or your pocket. I'm like, oh my God, this is so much. Like this is going to bring back cargo pants, like single-handedly.
Yeah. Everybody's be looking for cargo pants on Amazon. I respect it.
But like if it was a 4x3, like was like the GBA, right? Like the square and like a clamshell and it pops up. I would love something like that. That'd be great.
Look, I'm getting old. I can't be looking at 4x3 screens anymore. I can be like, bro, make that screen big.
I don't think anybody wants that. They want bigger screens.
Bigger and vibrant.
Yeah, OLED. Nobody wants this.
That's not gonna happen.
I even worried that the Steam Deck was going to be too big, and it's fine.
They should have made it bigger. Make it big. Like, go PlayStation levels big now.
Ally's pretty. The new Ally is pretty heavy.
Bulky, yeah.
It's actually like for the size. I don't think it's as like obtuse as the Steam Deck is. But the weight, like I feel it in the hands when I'm playing for hours. I'm like, wow, it's not like too heavy to play, but you just feel it, You'd be surprised at how little, like how 50 grams could really change your opinion on something you're holding something for that long a time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You can start lifting weights. Prepare for Steam Deck 2. Like you better start getting them curls in. Did you guys see the Steam Deck 2 stuff that came out?
No, I didn't.
AMD tipped their new chips. They said that they have new chips for handhelds next year and that they will be 300% more battery efficient than before.
Ooh.
So the chip that should go into the next Steam Deck, the next Ally, the next Claw, the next whatever, apparently will be 300% more battery efficient.
Wait, hold on. I just Googled Steam Deck 2, and ironically enough, it came up with a concept. It's not real, of a dual screen Steam Deck. What if-
Wait a minute. Hang on. Let me catch up to you. Steam Deck to you.
hold on. I got to send this to you guys because this could be a Switch concept. Okay. Is there a
put
way
it in the chat.
Is there a way you could pull this up on the screen for people to see?
Let me try.
It kind of reminds me of those phones from the late 2000s, like
Do the
early
share screen
2010s.
thing.
I'm working on it. Give me a minute.
I'll describe it while he pulls it up. So like it looks like there's like the base of the Steam Deck. I could imagine it being like the Joy-Con, base, but it's kind of like connected to the main screen. But then there's a piece that like there's the top screen, but it slides down over top. The other screen. But if you look, it's not
works.
as big. It's
that works.
Yeah.
I wasn't even. This would be a dream. This is T-Mobile's Sidekick.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. A Sidekick.
Yeah, this is a Sidekick. My favorite phone that I ever had, and I would love this. This would be
because then you don't need to do anything with the Joy-Con. They're just there.
Yeah.
But it then folds down to the size of the Switch or the Steam Deck. And then if you look on this concept, they have Discord on the bottom, so they have their Discord chat, and then the gameplay screen up on top. But then if you want to just play with one screen, you can fold it down.
Yeah.
Or like I shouldn't say fold because you're not folding.
It just slides out.
You know those phones that did that in the like early 2010s?
The T-Mobile Sidekick.
Sidekick, that's what Donnie was saying.
I think there were a couple of them like that.
They were the best phone. I love my Sidekick. I never even thought of this form factor when this is just
This is from Reddit on the Steam Deck Reddit 7 months ago. Grand Information 1013 posted it.
This would be a dream. I could have my dual screen Zeldas back.
That actually would be pretty cool.
That's all I ever want. Now the Switch 2 is going to be a massive disappointment. Because I've seen this.
Donnie, all of the comments on this guy's thing are extremely negative. It is 0 upvotes and 48 comments.
Fuck those Wii U haters, because that shit looks dope. Okay?
We should go on that Reddit thread and give them praise.
Yeah, like I absolutely love that.
So Valve shouldn't do it, but Nintendo should.
I've been chasing that damn T-Mobile Sidekick high for 25 years.
Yes. Great phone.
It was an awesome phone. And I would love it. Yeah, this justice for Brendan for sure, because I was never even think of that sort of form factor. It didn't even enter the picture. I was literally thinking of like the folding screens that we keep seeing. People folding their phones in half.
Yeah. The
flexible
slide
screens
would be really cool.
The slide would be dope.
Instead of a clamshell. All right. Our last question comes from Yarden Angel. He asks, yeah, but is it really better than Mario?
Depends on the Mario. I think it's better than Odyssey. For sure.
That's one.
I think it's better than Mario.
Well, you have to play Mario to weigh in, so.
Excuse me.
You're null and void.
Excuse me.
It's better than the original Super Mario Brothers game that I played 20 years ago.
I still think for its time, obviously you gotta weigh that in. I would take 64. I would take 3D World, for sure. And like in 3D games, I would take those games. I won't count Wonder because I guess we'll separate 2D from 3D, right? So in 3D space, I think 3D World and 64 are better, but I think it's better than Odyssey. I think Galaxy 2 is probably better.
I have not played Galaxy 2 actually. Because
it's better than Sunshine. Yeah,
it's
way better than Sunshine.
I feel like it's very comparable to Galaxy in terms of like I feel like it's very magical and like I know it's easy to compare because they're both space. They're both, astro space. So I'm not making it that comparison because of that, but just because of like the magic in each world.
I mean, I would go a step further. I think it's very comparable in that regard from a level design aspect. There are some truly unique level design things that they've had to account for in Astrobot that are very like Nintendo-ish. You like the only time I've ever felt anything like that is in a Nintendo game. There've been a lot of 3D. Actually, I don't think there's been a lot of like open 3D platformers. There's like a lot of Lego games and stuff, but like a lot of them, like ukulele and things like that, those are a significant step down from what Nintendo first party does, and now this Astrobot game. Like they just kind of stand above those. And the level design, like did you play I'm sure you did, but because it's not super far into the game, the level design game where you get the mouse suit and you can get really small and really
that has been my favorite so far.
There's a ton of work to make that world adjust to you and to hide things that are both small and big with the camera work in that I don't think a lot of people are capable of doing. That was pretty incredible stuff. I was like, yo, this hits different.
It's just such a delight.
It really is. It really is.
So I think it's at least as good as Mario. Can we say that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it stands right next to them. Yeah, there's nothing. There's no loss in that. Like you shouldn't have to argue. Like you don't have to defend Mario. He's had many of these, yes. Right? We've been waiting for like 50 years for somebody else to make one, and this is it. They've done it. If you've wanted why doesn't anybody make a game like Mario for people that don't play? Here's one. This is the one. They did it. Here's one. Many have tried. Crash tried and failed. Sonic tried and failed. Astrobot tried and succeeded.
I just hope that they keep going with it. Like I want to keep seeing them build on it and make new iterations of it. Like I feel like every time they have a good chance at having a mascot platformer like that, they stop it.
I don't have it's not a worry because I really like what they're doing. There's so much creativity here. I think they would just come up with something else to do. But just one point that I would like to make is that Astrobot kind of exists both in the 3D Mario space, but also takes a page out of Smash, and that the two games really celebrate the history and the lineage of PlayStation. I think you can only do that so much. Like eventually they will have to exist beyond this is the Solid Snake Astrobot, and this is the Crash Bot, and this is right. Like you can do that for so often, but eventually you've got to get away from that a little bit. I think in the mainline game, I think that could totally exist if they were to make like a Smash clone or a karting game or a sports game. I would love to have like a bunch of little themed Astrobots in a karting game. That sounds fucking amazing. Cool.
That does
sign me up. Cool. But like the next Astrobot game,
it should have its own identity.
Okay, like you can't just keep doing the same thing. Like this is 2. That would be my only thing for the next one.
I agree.
But I'm not saying I love it. The Ape Escape shit, Metal Gear, like I love it. That's why it's so good. Like that's the thing. And like Smash does that, right? It celebrates gaming. Like here's a piece of gaming history. Everybody's kind of here. This does that, and eventually I think that would wear out if they keep making sequels.
Mm-hmm. Did anyone play the VR Astrobot?
Yeah,
I did.
Was it 100%?
Good? Yeah, really good. Very good. It kind of was like
I played Playroom, but I didn't play the VR one.
It cemented VR like out of the gate. It was like, this is the VR game.
Oh. People kept saying when that came out, hey, we should have a regular version of this game.
Yeah, like that's where all of this comes from. Is everybody was like, why is it only in VR? Why can't we all play this game?
Yeah.
The mouse character, is that from Moss, the VR game?
Yeah.
The white mouse with the book?
Yeah.
Because that was a game that I wanted to play that so badly. But I can't do the VR, but I wish I could play it normally.
Moss was really cool because not only does the story unfold, but like the level would like play out like kind of in front of you. And you get like this, like almost like you're the
storybook.
Well, sure, but it's like you're the fixed angle camera, like you the player, like you're seeing it from a particular perspective, and you can move. That was really neat. I always thought it'd be really cool if like they did a Resident Evil like that from that angle, like the fixed camera's perspective, but in VR.
Oh, that'd be cool,
wouldn't it? Yeah, because it's like, yo, this is dope. Yeah.
It does make me want a Nintendo game like this, where not not Smash, because we already have Smash, but kind of like a celebration of all of the IPs with an original character that goes through and finds like different costumes and different like references and things like that. Like I know it's just stealing the idea.
As I say, at that point, you're just ripping off Astrobot.
I know, but it doesn't have to be exactly
can do that
the
with
same.
Kirby.
Yeah, kind of. There's a little bit
Kirby
that with Kirby.
Kirby kind of could do
Maybe
that.
they make a Kirby game like that. I don't know.
Kirby Bot Rescue Mission.
Kirby Bot.
Well,
Wait,
yeah, it's like
wait,
they
does that
did.
exist?
Yeah, I think Smash is that for Nintendo. That's where that exists.
I
Yeah.
know.
And I think maybe they look at Astrobot and what it does, and maybe they try to work that into like some sort of campaign for Smash.
That'd be cool.
Like the sub. What did they do? The subspace
Emissary.
Yeah. I didn't play much of that. Maybe I should.
Loved it. And they could do a lot more. I mean, that wasn't really that. It was just a lot of fun to play, but I think they could do a lot more. And here's the thing. All of their franchises essentially do this. Like Kart almost got there. They started putting Animal Crossing characters in it and Link. Like you could do it with Kart. And actually, that's not a crazy thing. Everybody's like, what do you do next with Kart? You could just smash Kart and be like, this is Kart now.
I would like that. G-Man also reminds us he reminds me the Yoshi's Woolly World costumes.
Yep. Those are great.
I really liked that.
The other thing I'd point to is Mario Maker. And their amiibo and how you could change all the levels. I mean, Nintendo does a pretty good job of this.
You're right.
It's just not in the same, like, it's the punchline on the nose way that Astro's doing it. Yeah.
All right. That's it for questions. Kind of a shorter show today. That's okay. I feel like this is the calm before the storm of everything.
Feels
Like
that way.
Astrobot is like kind of the first big hit here with the wave of everything else coming September, October.
I mean, we're getting a Zelda game in like weeks. So
Literally,
we will have plenty to talk about for weeks. And then hopefully there's Switch 2 stuff happening. And then once that goes, who knows where this train ride goes. Like I'm just here until the Switch 2 train leaves the station. They would be very excited for all that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
2 weeks, 3 weeks?
I don't even know what date is. Yeah.
I think it's 2 weeks.
Does it come out when I'm on vacation? What's the date?
The 26th.
I'm going to be on vacation. I'm not even going to be here.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
That's the episode I'm not even on.
Ah!
So I'll be way behind you all because I'm
We're gonna
definitely not
have to
playing games on my
replace you that
vacation.
week. We need to bring in a Zelda expert.
Dev.
Amanda.
We could.
That'll work.
Be great.
I'll
Just
reach
bring
out
in
to-
Dev.
Oh
Stop
God.
it.
That'll work.
He's not invited.
You know, the funny thing about Dev is that he for years, all he would, with Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild, all he would yell about is how he wants old Zelda.
And this is that.
And then Echoes of Wisdom shows up and he's like, but not that.
Not that. Yeah. 100%.
Top down.
Make
What does
it
he
make
want?
sense. This is the point where it doesn't make sense. There's no logic.
He has been saying this for years.
He just wants to hate.
Yeah,
That's
I've been
all he
saying it for
wants.
years, and guess what? It happened, and now I'm excited.
No, not him.
Not him. The opposite.
He was like, that's not my Zelda. I miss my Zelda.
Additional
NES,
Additional dungeons are
Link to
back.
the Past Zelda. And they're like, here you go. And he's like, nope.
Nope.
Whatever. I'm excited.
Oh, very funny.
All right, that is going to do it for this week, Koopalings.
Becca's going to go play Wonder now.
Yes.
I know I need to play Wonder, and
Well, lucky for you, Nintendo has a new bundle coming. So
it'll happen. But I gotta come up with some prioritization list here. There's just too much. But we'll make it work. All right, Koopalings, we'll see you next week. Have a great rest of your weekend and start to your week.
peace.
Peace.
Whenever you're ready.
All right. This is Frederick from Fire Emblem Awakening. And I forgot the line already. What?